Okay, we are back and I'm excited to have all of you with me here. And in case you're watching me for the first time, my name is Chege and you're on to Chege's World. If you know you haven't subscribed to this channel, please I would like you to press on that bell notification and subscribe to my channel because I know you have so much to learn on this channel. Yes, learn. So please join me. I welcome each and every one of you and really appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining me. So let's talk about these enemies. What I wrote down here is 9 ways to spot a friend enemy. 9 ways to spot a friend enemy. 9 ways to spot them in the sense that grab them. You know what I mean by spotting someone, like spot on. You know what I mean? Maybe when you see something, you say spot on. That means you've already known this is what it is. Okay? Now we're talking about it in enemies. My dear, enemies are real. I have heard so many people come out to say something like, I don't have any enemy. I'm not in any bad terms with anyone, so therefore I don't have enemy. And I'm like, God have mercy on your soul. Do you need to be in an enmity with anyone before you can know that you have an enemy? Do you need to quarrel with anyone before you can know that you have an enemy? You don't need to quarrel with people. You don't need to fight with people. Don't you know? For the fact that you are looking healthy is enough to trigger someone out there to begin to hate on you, even your friends. For the fact that you look good, you look pretty, you look handsome, for the fact you can even afford to eat, let me just say 1 square meal a day, not even 3 times. Let me just say you can afford to eat food. Someone out there is angry. Is not happy that you can even afford to eat food. Don't you know that those people that knocks on your door to ask for one favor or the other, to borrow things from you, even to ask you for foodstuffs, to ask you for water, even to ask you that they want to come and fetch water in your place, and you allow them to fetch water, you give them food whenever if they ask you of food, you lend them money whenever they ask you of money, you smile for them, it is enough to trigger enmity. There are some people that are living, but they are living witches and wizards. For the fact they ask you of food and you can afford to give them food is enough to make them angry, because they are like, why would you have food? Why would you have it? Even though you think you are doing a favor. So my dear, if you're watching me and you're among those people that says I'm not in bad terms with anybody because I didn't fight or exchange words with anybody, therefore I do not have an enemy, have a rethink. Have a rethink. I've said it and I will say it again. For the fact you are mere living, talk more of someone asking you something and getting it is enough to create enmity for you without you knowing about it. Listen, walk in Holy Spirit. That is the only way you'll find out a whole lot of things. So let me not take your time. Let's go straight to 9 ways to spot a friend enemy. Friend enemy in this case are your friends. They are your friends, but at the same time they are your enemies, unseen enemies, hidden enemies in the name of friendship. I want to teach you how you can spot them. And if you know you are the type that goes with crowd, I think it's time you start curtailing your crowd. Move with lesser crowd. It will do you a lot of good. So number 1, get pen and paper, because you need this lesson for today. It is a lesson and you are in my class. Come on, I'm your coach. So get your pen, get your paper, jot these things down. Number 1 is they talk about you behind your back. Have you ever encountered a friend, a dear friend of yours, but you keep hearing whatever he or she says about you behind your back? It happens. And each time you confront him or her, they will keep defending themselves, telling you something like, oh, you believe them. Oh, you believe them. Do you think I will say that? Why would you believe them? The first time, the second time, the third time, the same thing keeps repeating itself. Many a time, some of them might summon up courage to say, I'm sorry, I didn't know when I said it. Or other time, they will tell you something like, no, that's not how I said it. That is not how I said it. But did you say it at all? Oh yes, you did. You said it. You can imagine them coming to tell you, why don't you give me a listening ear? Let me tell you how I said it. I didn't say it the way they are saying that I said it. In my dialect, we will say same. But the mere fact is, he said it, she said it. And you notice that this keeps repeating and repeating and repeating. And at the end of the day, you accept him or her back. And both of you will continue with your friendship. My dear, that is a friend enemy. Be watchful. Number 2 is they are always asking for favors. They are always asking for favors. These friend enemies, spot on. These people keeps asking for favor and it can never be enough for them. No matter what you do for them, it can never be enough. If you like, loot your house, loot your bank, close down everything you purchased and give to them. It will never ever be enough for these people. These are friend enemies. These are real friend enemies. In fact, devilish ones. Because a true friend that actually cares for you, that actually loves you, and is being truthful with you, will always be thinking about you, not just for himself or herself alone. They will put themselves in your shoes. They will want to feel what you are feeling, in the sense that they will imagine themselves being asked and asked and asked, and however they feel, knowing fully well that it will never feel good, they wouldn't want to do the same to you. Even if they ask for once, twice, other times they will find out other ways how they can get things for themselves without bothering your life. Even when you ask them majority of the times, knowing fully well they don't have, they can comfortably tell you, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, it's okay, I'm fine. These are the real friends. The friend enemies are those ones that keeps asking and asking and asking and can never get enough. Then the moment you tell them something like, I'm sorry, I don't have this anymore, or you ever try to question them by saying something like, but I gave you this last week, or I gave you this 2 weeks ago, why asking for another one again? You have annoyed them. In fact, they will get angry, they will be sad, they will be frustrated. Watch their reactions at that time. Watch their countenance at that time. Their countenances, watch it. Even if they didn't say anything, the moment you question or tells them you don't have, read their faces. See, God did not joke when creating this facial expression. God wasn't joking. Anything somebody or anyone has in mind, even without talking, read their facial expression. It will speak. You will read their hearts from their facial expression. God did not joke when he gave us that facial expressions. That is where you will see their hearts. I'm talking about for those that did not even utter a word when you question. Read their face, their expression, their countenances. Watch what you will see. Be wise. Talk more of the ones that will tell you, okay, it's finished now. Why are you even questioning me? Are we no more good friends? Talk more of the people that can talk like this. These people are friend enemies. It can never be enough for them. They can never come up to tell you something like, thank you so much, you've provided enough for me. They will never say it. Even when they are making it at your back, they will still be demanding from you, like as if you are there, as if they're entitled to whatever you are making in life, or they're entitled to be part of you in life. They will get something out there, they won't tell you they've received it, they will keep demanding from you. And their anger is when you speak up. You've annoyed them, you've insulted them. They are good at saying, I don't blame her, I don't blame him. He insulted me, she insulted me. What is the insult? You decided to ask a question. And that's the insult. That's what they consider insult. And tomorrow these people will come back smiling and laughing with you. Be wise. These are pure friend enemies. No good friend will want to watch you fall, or will want to watch you break, or will want to watch you go through pains in order to please them. No good friend will do that. So let's go to number 3. Number 3 is their emotional needs consistently outweighs yours. That is number 3. In case you didn't hear me well, I said number 3 is their emotional needs consistently outweighs yours. These people emotional needs always comes first. It outweighs your own. You won't even remember that you have emotional needs anymore because they always feel like they need all the help they can get. They always feel like their problem is the most important, that you shouldn't even care about thinking about your own. Their own outweighs yours. It outweighs your own to the extent that if care is not taken, you will swallow up your own, cover it up, and continue to fulfill their needs constantly without them getting filled up, without them getting enough from you, without coming out to say thank you, I really appreciate everything you're doing for me. Or even if they tell you thank you, they will still not stop. They're always bringing their own needs before you. They're always acting like their problems is the highest problem in this world, like as if no one else matters. Before you mention your own, they talk about their own 100 times. They act like victims all the time. And you will find yourself shutting up your mouth and swallowing your own, because they will keep fronting their own before you, keep making you feel guilty if you decide not to heed to what they are saying. If you decide not to listen to them, they will trigger you to make you to feel guilty. They keep presenting their problems to you without caring about your own problems, or without caring to know how you go about your own problems. We all have problems in this life. No one will come out to tell you something like, I don't have a problem. Even Bill Gates, he is facing one thing or the other, his own challenges, because we are human beings. We all have challenges in life. But these friend enemies will always make you feel that their own problem is bigger than yours. Thereby keep fronting it in your place. Please be careful of them. After listing these 9 spot-on signs, please be watchful and know your friend enemies without fighting them physically. So let's quickly go to number 4. Number 4 is they always want to talk about themselves. Narcissists, that's what I call this ones. They always want to talk about themselves. That's number 4. These friend enemies claims that they are your friend, claim that they are your bosom friend, claim that they are your best friends forever. Give me a break. But they talk about themselves only. They love to portray themselves in everything good. They want to portray themselves as the wisest people on earth. They talk about themselves more without letting you talk about yourself, and they claim to be your friend. When it comes to their problems, they talk about themselves more. They wouldn't even want to hear what you have to say about your own. They don't want to hear anything you have to say concerning your own problems. When it comes to intelligence, brilliance, and all sorts of that, they want to talk about how brilliant, everything is all about them. They want to be the center of attraction. They want to be at the center of the stage. And you keep wondering, is this truly my friend? These are friend enemies, my dear. They make everything all about them. That's what I mean by in this number 4, they only want to talk about themselves. They wouldn't give you breathing space to talk about you. Even if you're crying with tears in your eyes and you want to tell them something as a friend, before you open your mouth, they open their own mouth and shut you down by saying all sorts of things about themselves. They won't even give you a listening ear. They don't listen to you. They want you to listen to them. These are friend enemies. It's very easy to spot these people on and be careful around them.